2026 Social Security changes, winners and losers. Imagine it's a Tuesday morning in late 2026. You're checking your bank account and the Social Security deposit you've relied on looks different. Maybe the number is slightly higher, but your grocery receipt is much higher. Or perhaps, for the first time in decades, the tax laws have shifted, leaving you with less than you planned for. 2026 is being called a pivot year by economists. It's the year when the sunsetting of major tax acts, the shifting of the full retirement age, and the countdown to trust fund depletion all collide. Today, we're going to look past the scary headlines. We're going to talk about the winners, those who saw the data and pivoted, and the losers, those who waited for a rescue that didn't arrive. This isn't just about money, it's about your peace of mind. The trust fund math, why 2026 is the tipping point. To understand 2026, we have to look back at 1983. That was the last time Congress made a massive overhaul to Social Security. They raised the retirement age and started taxing benefits for the first time. It worked for 40 years. But now the math is catching up. According to the SSA trustee reports, we are entering the final countdown. By 2026, the combined reserves of the OASI Trust Fund will be roughly 8 years away from exhaustion. While exhaustion doesn't mean the checks stop, tax revenue will still cover about 77% to 80% of benefits. It means the buffer is gone. Historically, Social Security was meant to be a third of your retirement stool. But today, for 40% of retirees, it's 90% of their income. In 2026, the reality sets in. The system is no longer a growing fund, it is a balancing act. The losers here are those who assume the 100% payout is a mathematical law. The winners are already calculating their lives based on an 80% payout scenario, just in case. The tax sunset, the silent benefit cut. There is a hidden change coming in 2026 that many aren't talking about, the expiration of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, TCJA. If Congress doesn't act, many tax rates for retirees will revert to higher 2017 levels. This means the winners of 2026 are those who are doing Roth conversions now. Let's look at David. David is 64. He realizes that in 2026, his tax bracket might jump from 12% back up to 15%, or 22% to 25%. By paying the tax now, in 2025, he protects his future Social Security from being eroded by higher federal taxes later. The losers? Those with massive traditional IRAs will be forced to take required minimum distributions in a higher tax environment in 2026. For them, a $2,500 Social Security check might feel like $2,100 after the IRS takes its larger slice. It's a silent cut, and it's perfectly legal. Before we continue, please consider subscribing to the Aging Without Regret channel. This channel was created just for you. Every day we publish content that helps you reflect more clearly and make smarter decisions about retirement, Social Security, Medicare, money management, and healthy aging. Through quality, consistent, and relatable content on practical retirement advice, retirement planning strategies, and real-world stories that highlight common retirement mistakes, financial risks, and aging challenges, we help you avoid retirement-related problems many people face today. If you're planning for retirement, feel behind financially, or want honest guidance on aging well, this channel is for you. Hit the subscribe button now.
The Full Retirement Age, or FRA, Trap. In 2026, a specific group of people will hit a milestone. Those born in 1959 will reach their full retirement age of 66 and 10 months. Those born in 1960 and later are already locked into age 67. History shows that for every year you claim before your FRA, you lose about 6.7% of your benefit permanently. If you claim at 62, you're looking at a 30% permanent reduction. The losers in 2026 are those who claim early out of fear. They see the trust fund news and think, I better get mine now. But the winners look at the math of delayed retirement credits. For every year you wait past your FRA up to age 70, your benefit increases by 8% guaranteed. In an era of 3% inflation, an 8% guaranteed return is the holy grail of finance. The 2026 winner is the person who works one extra year to bridge the gap, securing a higher floor for the rest of their life. The COLA disconnect: inflation versus reality. The cost of living adjustment for 2026 is projected to be more modest than the record-breaking 8.7% we saw a few years ago. Early estimates suggest something in the 2.5 to 3% range. Here is the educational reality. The SSI uses the CPI-W to calculate COLA. This index tracks the spending of working-class people, people buying gas to commute and tech for work. It does not accurately track the CPI-E, or elderly, which weighs healthcare and housing much more heavily. The losers in 2026 are those who rely on the COLA to maintain their lifestyle. Since 2000, Social Security benefits have lost roughly 36% of their buying power. The winners are the Eleanors of the world we mentioned earlier, people who have a COLA plus strategy. They have a small dividend-paying portfolio or a part-time passion project that covers the 3% inflation gap the government doesn't see. The takeaway: becoming a 2026 winner. As we look toward 2026, the goal isn't just to survive the changes, it's to age without regret. Regret comes from looking back and saying, I knew the rules were changing, but I didn't move. The winners of 2026 will be defined by three things: patience, waiting as long as possible to claim their maximum floor; agility, adjusting their tax strategy before the 2026 sunset; perspective, realizing that Social Security is a foundation, but you are the architect of the house built on top of it. You've worked too hard for too many decades to let a policy shift or a tax expiration dictate your happiness. If you are between 45 and 65, right now is your window of power. You have the time to pivot. I want you to do one thing today. Log in to your My Social Security account, look at your estimated benefits, and then subtract 20%. If you can live on that 80%, you are safe. If you can't, it's time to start building your bridge. Reflect on this. What is one small change you can make this month to ensure you're a winner in 2026? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one, and we learn best when we share our strategies. If this calm, data-driven approach helped you today, consider subscribing to our community. We're navigating these waters together so you can age with dignity, with purpose, and most importantly, without regret.